Hello and welcome. Today we will discuss financial losses. Financial losses can have multiple reasons. One, business loss. You could not gauge the market requirement, or maybe you took hasty decisions and did wrong investments. Then losses can be due to legal reason, that can be court case, taxation or rate cases. Reason can be any. Whenever we talk about loss, we concentrate on the 12th house. But we have to remember that 12th house is not only signifying losses, 12th house is our investment also. 12th house is good expenditure also. And keep that in mind that 12th is second from 11th and 11th from the second house. So a solid 12th house can make a second and 11th very strong. But yes, if there is any malefic association in the 12th, like debilitated planet or lords of the bad houses in the 12th house, 12th lord not well placed, not well associated, can be the reason for a loss. Not only 12th house, but second house is equally important because second is the savings. So, what can be there which can directly impact our savings? Whenever we talk about losses, we think of Rahu, Ketu, Saturn. But today we will discuss very different sutras where natural benefic planets can be the reason for your loss. And such people, if you have such combinations, should be watchful and should not invest too much in one venture or should not be taking hasty decisions. Let's get started. So, yes, 12th house is both investment and loss. Today we will discuss massive loss combination. See, 12th house is expenditure, investment, and losses. But keep that in mind that 12th is second from 11th and 11th from second house. So, if 12th is well placed, it can give us productive investment, growth in savings, but the negative of that can give us wasteful expenditure, losses, and it will not contribute to our gains or to our savings. The general principles are whenever we see any debilitated planet, planets ruling negative houses placed in the 12th house, or 12th lord is not well placed. See, 12th is what? Why are we spending? What is the reason of our expenditure? Whenever we see any negative combination in the 12th, that becomes the reason for our discomfort. We have to remember that 4, 8, 12 is not only the house of spirituality, these are inner houses. What makes us comfortable? So, negative combination in these houses can make us very uncomfortable. A source of expenditure, the reason for expenditure can be very, very negative. Healthy 12th house will make sure that expenditure is on happy things. And as I said earlier, that loss can be because of business, because of legal penalty, because of theft, because of cheating, or maybe because you're spending too much and you're not realizing that you're doing that. The sutra which we are going to discuss today will involve Mercury, Moon, and Mars, which we usually don't think. Okay, why Moon? Why Moon and why Mercury? Remember, in Kalpurusha Kundli, Moon is ruling the fourth house, and Moon gets exalted in the sign of Taurus, which is in the second house of the Kalpurusha. So, both her comfort and saving is ruled by Moon, and Mercury hates Moon. So, Mercury's opposition with Moon will make sure that Moon's comfort gets destroyed, and we face some kind of financial loss in our life, especially when they're in opposition in second and eighth house. It will give inheritance loss, it will give savings loss. This combination should also be seen from 1 and 7 axis. We can take decisions which are not very wise from finance point of view when it is happening from 1 and 7 axis. It can also show business losses. This combination from 12th and 6th is also not very fruitful. So there are important planets and there are important houses. Especially their opposition becomes very challenging. And in the cases when moon are weak, we'll end up taking decisions which is not very constructive for a business plan, financial plans. Very much possible that it's not our flaw. See, I'm not saying that people having moon Mercury in opposition they take wrong decisions, but it's a combination of flaws. There are many businessmen, they have this combination, And but we have to remember, it should be seen in totality, like bad 12th house, bad 12th lord, 11th and 2nd also not getting supportive, and then you are seeing that moon Mercury is in opposition in Lagan or in the 12th or in the 2nd. It can give financial loss. You should not invest too much in one project. You should not take decisions by yourself. Always have a support system. The benefit of reading these combinations and going through astrological charts is to take wise decisions and to make sure what best we can remove out of the energies we are having in a chart. This combination of Moon and Mercury is not only seen in D1 chart, it is seen in D9 and D3 also. Especially in D3. If Mercury makes relationship with Lagan, being Lagan Lord connected to the Lagan Lord, and Moon makes a relationship by opposition. Or if Mercury is Lagan Lord and Moon is placed in the Lagan in D3, even in D9, this will make sure that that combination is repeating and intensity is high. Next combination is Mars and Mercury combination. Mars is a very protective planet. Wherever Mars is, we become very protective regarding that area of life, but we become very reckless also. Especially when Mercury is associated with Mars, not only a thinking ability, but a decision also becomes restless. Like we won't even think of the ultimate pros and cons, and we will land up taking decision which can be wrong for us. Especially if anyone is having Mars and Mercury combination, they land up spending on court cases, on legal things. And if this axis is in the 612, it becomes more dangerous. Another combination for litigation and dispute is when Saturn afflicts second lord in 6, 8 or 12 houses, or Saturn is placed in the 11th house and afflicting second lord. Another combinations are like 12th lord is in the second house, and then 11th lord is in the 12th house, or second lord is in the 6, 8, 12 houses. Basically all your finance houses are connected to 12th in a bad houses. It can give some financial loss, especially in the form of litigation and disputes. When 8th gets involved, the dispute is for longer period. Dispute becomes the reason for your suffering. When we talk about losses due to theft and cheating, these combinations, when made by Rahu and Saturn, can show robbery and cheating. Mars connected to the second lord. Remember, second and 12th, they are right and left hemisphere of a brain. So when Mars is connected to the 12th or to the second, we'll end up spending without thinking too much. Then also you have to be watchful when Mercury is getting in connection with the Mars being in the second or the 12th house. Nicha Mars connected to the second house or second lord. Malefic combination in the second. Malefic combination in the 12th. A reason for spending is becoming very malefic. We are spending on not so happy reasons. And let's study these combinations, especially this Mercury and Moon opposition from charts. See this chart. In this case, Lagan Lord has come to the 4th house and Nicha and Vakri. Remember, whenever Lagan Lord is not only debilitated but retro also, you always have inferiority complex and you want to prove yourself. You work hard to prove yourself and reach to a point. Your second house has Mars and Rahu. You're protective about your resources, and you want to spend also recklessly sometimes. You have Sun and Venus in the 12th house. So your source or your reason of your expenditure will be the signification of Sun and Venus. Sun and Venus are lavish and um, luxurious planets. So your reason for spending also become luxury. Especially when you have 12th lord in the 10th house, you make sure that for your market reputation, you will end up spending much more than required. And when your Lagan lord is telling you that I want to prove my worth. Considering all these combinations, when we see Mercury and Moon in opposition, even we consider the Lagan degree is at 2956 and Mercury will move to the 12th house and Moon will come to the 6th house, still this combination in opposition gives business losses. So this guy, he was dealing into marbles. A time came Now also, like marbles are not so much in demand comparatively. Tiles are replacing marbles. He invested so much in the business, it turned out to be a disaster. And if we see D9, in D9, Mercury is ruling Lagan and Moon is placed in the Lagan. Again, that combination of Moon Mercury association with 1 7 is getting repeated. So the combination is becoming stronger. See this chart? 12th house has debilitated planet. So the reason for your expenditure can be not so happy. Lagan Lord has come to the 10th house in the sign of Virgo with the planet like Saturn. See Virgo, they think, they analyze before spending. They are not into reckless spending. So your personality is very analytical. 11th Lord is in the 8th house. See, when we talk about abundance of money, na, it's not 9th house, it's 8th house. All the Panfara houses, 2nd, 5, 8, and 11, are responsible for huge money. And especially Venus Rahu combination is good from monetary point of view. Provided if they get Prithvi Tattva Rashis also, it's welcomed. So, 11th Lord has gone to the 8th house with Rahu. Uh, it shows cheating also. These guys, they'll end up making money, but whenever Mars and Mercury are in conjunction, they spend recklessly. Think of it. Mars is ruling not only the fifth house of speculation, Mars is ruling 12th house of investment and expenditure also. Placed in the seventh house with the seventh lord and the significator of business, Mercury. Sun also involved there, being the ninth lord. It's a good yoga. So he has always keeping in mind his analytical personality. He has invested so much in multiple business, and when we talk about multiple things, Mercury and sign of Gemini will contribute to that. Because of his reckless spending, he has made a lot of money from business, but he has lost also a lot of money on business. So net to net, he has earned, but we cannot overlook his losses also because of his quick decision making. And especially when you have so many planets in the sign of Mercury, Gemini, and Virgo. See this chart. In this case, Lagan Lord has gone to the sixth house with sixth Lord Mercury, Moon and Sun also involved there. If we talk about the 12th house, no planet is there. 12th Lord is in the fifth house. So your reason for expenditure can be good. 11th and 2nd Lord are also decently placed in the 7th house. But we discussed whenever Mercury, Moon, Mars, especially Mercury, Moon in opposition, or Mars and Mercury are together in 612 axis, you'll end up spending because of legal things. She has put a case on her brother. She's spending a lot of money on that legal battle. Look at this. Lagan Lord with the third Lord, and third Lord is Mercury, natural significator of sibling, in the sixth house of dispute, where Moon, being the fourth Lord, is also involved, and Sun is also there. So your mind, your energy, your money in the 612 axis, ever since Mercury's time period has come, she's spending a lot of money on this legal thing. I'm sure you have learned something new today. These sutras are very important when we talk about financial losses. Otherwise, we never see Mercury, Moon, and Mars as a reason for our financial losses. We always land up spending our energy on Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, that they will do something wrong and loss will happen. Or we always put the blame on the 12th house or 12th lord, forgetting that how our personality is, how our second lord is, how our 11th lord is. Are we secure enough to take wise decisions? Or even if we are spending, what is the reason for that expenditure? Or how happy is that expenditure? So next time, whenever you're analyzing any chart from losses point of view, keep these principles in your mind. Thank you so much.